Every character in this narrative is older than 18. When summer vacation arrived, Mom arrived from her sister's house, remained for a few days, and then left right away to visit a friend to talk about women. A week previously, Dad had already left on a business trip for a few months. And if a little guy, a first-year student, spends his entire day at home by himself, what do you think he will do? I locked the door, undressed, and had the napkins and liquid soap ready as soon as Mom left. I started my favorite and most routine activity, watching films on websites to unwind and rejuvenate, and I was unaware that more than 4 hours had gone by, of course with interruptions. More than 4 hours have passed. Often, Mom spends much more time with a friend, but this time, there most likely wasn't enough gossip. I was wearing headphones and seated in front of the monitor, so I was unaware of my mother's entrance into the flat. "God, what are you doing? Put an end to it immediately." Mom dashed into another room after that. It would be an understatement to say that I was taken aback. I was merely seated in a chair and was not entirely aware of what was going on. The reality of the situation gradually started to punish me. How should I proceed? What ought I to do? I was considering how I could go to my mother right now and tell her everything. What could I say then? I apologized and promised not to do this again when I went to my mother. "I apologize, Mom. I had no idea you would arrive so early." Mom went silently to the kitchen, appearing annoyed, without saying anything. We drank tea there without a word, in solitude. I made the decision to complete what I had begun that evening. I switched on the video after confirming that Mom was in the kitchen cleaning up after supper. When my mother finished doing the dishes, I didn't shut the door to listen, but she had other ideas. As it happens, she silently crept up to my room after turning on the kitchen's water at full power. My mother's head was protruding from the doorway. "Mom, nothing. Son, nothing. Simply remain silent. It's all right." She viewed sexual films on the monitor screen after entering the room slowly. "I simply wanted to let you know that today I yelled at you in vain." I frantically navigated through the browser's tabs. "This is typical at your age." "I get it," she went on, clearly very anxious and picking her words carefully. "Mom, I apologize. Keep quiet. Hold on, I would like to know how frequently you do this." "Yes, Mom, every single day. Indeed, many times." "What is the number of several?" 3 or 4 times, actually. "Have you got a girl?" "No, Mother." "Okay, in any case, I wanted to let you know that I get you. You know, the body is young. Don't be bashful around me. Perform your duties. I don't want to bother you if you find it enjoyable. However, I will not see my pal 3 or 4 times a day. Just ignore me and go about your business, all right? Okay, hurry up." Son and Mom walked out of the room, leaving me totally confused. What? How? Nothing made sense to me. However, my mother asked me in such a casual way one day at supper, "Did you do this today, Sasha?" "No." "But why is that?" "Well, I am, Mom." "We agreed, Sasha. Don't be shy around me if you want to. All is well." "Yes, I do recall. But that's how it is. It's all right, son. Do not be concerned. Let's eat till the end." God, what is she discussing? I felt as though I was going to wake up. I couldn't shake the sensation of what was going on. I finished my meal, put the plate in the sink, and then went to my room to view the video. My mother enters my room in a housecoat less than 5 minutes later. "Hurry up. Activate your movies." "Come on, Mom. Avoid doing all of this." "No, son. To get you to quit being shy, we must break the ice. Hurry up. Let's watch the film from yesterday. What was it?" "All right, Mother." I typed the coded phrases into the browser's search box and began searching right away. "Increase the volume." Silently, I obeyed. She was standing beside me, observing with intense curiosity. I got the impression that she had never seen any of these movies before. We locked eyes, and I averted my gaze to focus on the monitor. "Hurry up. Get down to business, son." Mom took a chair from the other room and sat down beside me in the interim. I tried not to think I was watching movies with my mom for 3 minutes. However, Mom reminded me of herself once again. "Okay, son, that's it. Now, whenever you want, do it." The following day, when I awoke and lay in bed, I was still in shock at what had actually happened the day before. The emotions were conflicted. My mind was racing with ideas like a hurricane. Was yesterday the actual date of this? Have my mother and I viewed films together or left comments on videos? Did you want to replay it to find intriguing moments? It sounds like gibberish. Irrational, yet incredibly appealing. I got out of bed, took a seat, and reflected on all that had happened. Why don't I make amends for yesterday's events? At the computer, I took a seat. I could hear my mother moving through the kitchen, putting food in the refrigerator after she had already left for the supermarket. Let's see whether I imagined this whole thing, I thought. The identical video that started our conversation yesterday was visible when I looked at my browser's history. What the heck? Come on. I turned on the movie and gradually increased the volume until I could hear it faintly in the kitchen. The plates ceased to clang and the bag ceased to rustle. She was already on her way to my room after a few more minutes. My heart skipped a beat as I saw her standing at the doorway. Once more, I felt embarrassed and unable to speak. Mom, however, came up and caressed my head while grinning at me. Excellent work, son. Let's do it correctly. I felt a sense of relief. Yes, it appears that Mom was unaffected by yesterday's events. Instead, it even had the reverse effect. After watching the film behind me, she walked out of my room, leaving the door ajar. But all of a sudden, there was stillness. Although Mom didn't appear to leave the house, the noise level in the kitchen decreased as she ceased fussing. I stepped out of the room to see where she had disappeared to. As it happened, Mom entered her bedroom and shut the door. Whoa, I just said it, and I slipped out of my observation post without saying a word. Lunch. From the kitchen, Mom beckoned to me. Yes, right now, a few minutes. I was unable to look away from the TV. It will all cool down now, son. Yes, right now. Hold on, Mom. It wasn't a fun time at all. Nevertheless, Mom made the decision to visit and dragged me to lunch. During lunch, we didn't discuss much. I inquired as to whether she had contacted my father and when he would be arriving. In response, my mother said it wasn't too soon. My work trip had to be extended, and I made the depressing announcement that I was bored without him. I thought, well, somehow I don't. Despite everything that had transpired in the last 24 hours, it appeared that there was still some tension between us. There were no uncomfortable notes, and the conversation began with smiles. But without all of these discussions and activities, the evening started to go by. Following supper, my mom and I retired to our rooms to watch a few Game of Thrones episodes. 2,300 hours had already passed. I launched another movie, this time featuring the same actress that my mother and I had initially seen, and decided to view a few of my favorite videos from my extensive library on our enormous plasma in the living room. Mom ran out of her bedroom a few minutes later, looking like a cat who has food thrown into a bowl. Have you made up your mind yet? Mom said as she took a seat beside me. Give me a call the next time, all right? I'd like to see it as well. What? Always give a call. Well, give me a call when I come home and we'll watch together. I also want it. All right, I concurred with my mom. Are you fond of her? Unexpectedly, Mom broke the stillness. This actress is who? Indeed, wasn't she there yesterday as well? Yes, Mother. It's identical. Let's say she is 47 years old. Hurry up. Really. 10 years your junior. She doesn't tell you. Indeed, he maintains a healthy lifestyle. He most likely participates in sports. I attempted to joke. Hee, is that a clue? Or what? I didn't understand. Mom gave a passionate response. Think whatever you want. Mom got up from the couch and walked to her bedroom without warning. Where are you heading? I called out to her. Right there. I'll be. I've got something for you. I totally forgot. Mom, who was cowering behind the door, replied, What sort of present? For me, the entire circumstance is already a wonderful gift. After a minute, Mom came back and asked her to guess which hand she was holding behind her back. Come on then, the appropriate one. My fave is her. My mother seemed to like my foolish jokes. I was correct in my guess. After saying this, Mom gave me something in a black bag. What's inside? I started to open the parcel. Naturally, you're doing it, Mom. I believe you will enjoy it more. Do you not think? I'm not sure. I never used them. Son, do you like it? My mother had a contented smile on her face when I glanced into her eyes. The word isn't that. I was only able to squeeze myself out. Feel free to proceed. I was a little upset, of course, but then I reasoned that this would be even better. The evening was wonderful, that's all. Get into bed. I'll do the cleanup myself. Yes, Mom. Good night. Good night.